Live from the backstretch at historic Saratoga Race Course, this is Racing Across America with Seth Merrow. Racing Across America is brought to you by Pinnell's Restaurant, a Saratoga tradition since 1922. 284 Jefferson Street, Saratoga, just minutes from the track. And the Clubhouse Racebook, 711 Central Avenue, Albany. When you can't make it to the track, make it to the Clubhouse Racebook.
Good morning and welcome to Racing Across America live from Saratoga on this Saturday morning. It was a rainy, very rainy Saturday morning, but now the sun's out, so we'll keep our fingers crossed. If you didn't hear, the turf stakes are still on. The other turf races are off. It was really coming down earlier, but now the sun is shining, so it looks like a nice Saturday afternoon. We're keeping our fingers crossed. A little bit later on, be joined by Rudy Rodriguez. He has some runners in and has had some winning runners as well, including opening day yesterday. So we'll talk about those with Rudy. Nick Zito right before that. We'll talk with Nick. Always fun to get our friend Nick in. He's got a runner coming up today as well. But speaking of runners, a number of them yesterday, continuing today, tomorrow, and beyond. It's the Sport of Kings Racing Partnership. I'll start on the far end. It's the General Operations Manager, Bob Berenson. In between, Muhammad Mubarak. You may remember him on the training side of things, but now he's a racing manager with Sport of Kings. And the CEO, right next to me, Michael Karras. Gentlemen, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Great to have us. Thank you.
Thanks for hopping on with us this morning. And Mike, I'll start with you. Give us the impetus for the formation of the Sport of Kings Racing Partnership.
Sport of Kings was formed roughly about three and a half years ago, and we wanted to groom ourselves towards more of a fun family type group atmosphere with low markups, giving people the best opportunity for success in the game. And we just think with the support of Muhammad and Bob and the rest of our team, we're really starting to make a difference, and we couldn't be happier about the progress we're making.
As I say, I had a few in yesterday and throughout the weekend. Your website is very informative. If people want to check that, you have the entries and the results, and it's easy to follow through. I was rooting yesterday, and I'm going to pull up a replay here because it was my Dark Horse Play of the Day, brought to you by the Dark Horse Mercantile and Presence of Saratoga in downtown Saratoga. I saw you guys earlier in the day, and I said I'm on board Dark Devil in the eighth race. We'll watch the stretch run. And there was about 10 strides where I thought Dark Devil at the number 4 horse gets past. And if you're on the inside in the lane and you get past, it's hard to get back. But there was about 10 strides where I thought, you're going to get there. I think he's going to get going again. And then just came up a little short, but ran a good second to the short price favorite. But again, it was a fun day yesterday for me, rooting for you guys with my Dark Horse Play of the Day, and Dark Devil been nice.
Yeah, we're very happy with his run yesterday. He just can't get over that hump. I think he's one of those that maybe if he gets one, then he'll just keep going forward. He's also been unfortunately running against some tough competition. Yeah. But, he's an ATM machine. He's always there. Rudy Rodriguez, he said coming on soon. He's got him. And, we're hoping to get the next one. But he's been super competitive. And, we're just waiting for that win.
And as a partnership, those are the kind of link. They're cashing a check.
Yeah, I mean, our partners want to win, but they also, know it's important to, hit the board and get a check and be able to handle, the bills and things that come with owning a racehorse.
Bob, I'll shift over to you. I was doing some research last night, and I was watching some podcasts with all you guys and getting some info. And you were talking a little bit about where you are as a partnership. Partnerships typically they aim in certain areas, but it looks like you kind of are various areas. You play the claiming game, you do some pin hooking. I guess you go into higher end a little bit as
Correct.
well. Just fill us in on what the theme is for the partnership.
Well, Seth, we kind of do a broad stroke, offering people a lot of different opportunities, whether that be they can jump into a claiming pool. So if you like the action, and I know with the OTB crowd, we love the action, you can jump in one of our claiming pools where we all come together collectively, put in a large pool of funds, and we'll go out and selectively claim horses. Michael and Muhammad have years of experience in claiming, and that really Muhammad's eye for confirmation is just wonderful, and that plays well when you're looking to claim a horse. We'll go there. We'll check out the horses in the morning. We'll see how fit they are, how they look, how they're preparing for the track. So we offer that as an opportunity. We also do offer opportunities in each and every one of our horses in our stable. You can come on board, and it's kind of a smorgasbord. You can pick from A to Z. Perhaps you like this filly or that colt. We allow you the opportunity to come in and do, let's say, a la carte shopping, so to speak. And we also have other opportunities, in particular pin hooking. So that's obviously maybe not necessarily for the audience that we're talking to here at home right now, because we love action, but the pin hooking offers a wonderful opportunity to get in, to buy a yearling, to develop that yearling and sell it at an exponential profit. And of course, on occasion, if we see a horse that we love in those pin hooking, we'll actually bring them to the track and give our partners the opportunity to participate, keep their investment in, and bring that horse right to the track and run. So there's again, kind of a wide, broad stroke of opportunities. And we really look at our partnership more of a truly boutique partnership. I know the industry uses the word syndicate, and that has even a connotation of a little more sinister than it really should. But we like to say we're a boutique partnership. We like to keep the number of investors to a small, intimate group, and that allows them to meet us one-on-one. We're always available one-on-one, as well as we would love to lift a glass with everyone in the winner's circle personally. When you see those large photos, those photos in the winner's circle of 1,000 people in there, and you're like wondering, who owns the horse? Well, when you're with us, there's a small amount of us in that winner's circle, and we all have, a nice share in each and every horse. And you get to know the other owners as well as the officers on a personal level.
Yeah, and that's part of the fun. I get partners with people in here all the time, and particularly up here in Saratoga. The fun atmosphere being out in the paddock, and if you can get in the winner's circle up here at Saratoga, and I'm assuming you're like a lot of partnerships, you bring the partners back to see the horses on the back stretch, and so you get a real inside view up here during the summertime.
Absolutely, and we love to do group activities, have dinners, meet at the bar, talk about the horses, get to know each other on a personal level too, family and friends.
Muhammad, I mentioned, folks may remember your name as a trainer, and again, in my research last night, I didn't realize, I knew Buck Remote, but I didn't realize you mentioned you won your first Group 1 race at 23 years old.
You give me goosebumps.
Yeah, I remember the training career, but now you've moved on to being the racing manager, but being a former trainer. And I pulled up a little list just of the next few days, some of the trainers you work with at various venues around the country. Ilke Cantramachi, Jamie Ness. I'm assuming this is your son, Nadar?
Yes.
That's your son?
Yeah, I have two, Tarek and Nader, both trainers down Gulfstream.
He has some horses for you down at Gulfstream. Ramirez at Monmouth, Marty Drexler up at Woodbine, and of course Gulfstream in the wintertime, Dale Romans. As the racing manager, are you looking through the condition books and talking to the trainers, or is it kind of a mutual thing? The trainers are coming to you and saying, "Hey, I think this is a good spot for this one next time." How does all of that happen? How do the horses get entered into their various spots with horses like this around the country?
In the old days, where the races in the books used to go, so it was an automatic thing, a horse going to you target races. Now they got so many extra races, you got to stay on top of it from day to day kind of thing. Suddenly a race appears you're in, or suddenly you go 6 weeks, 8 weeks, the race don't go, and it's very difficult. The entries nowadays, it's not easy, especially for the claiming horses. You just seem to want to have them ready, to shoot. It's hard enough to win a race when you got the distance, the ground, you got everything. And it's hard enough to win it when you have all conditions. But you seem to find yourself, you're running for a little higher, a little lower, a little longer, a little shorter. It's changed a lot, the game, So I seem to just let them do their thing, to be honest with you, especially with where I like to come in is with the young horses, the 2-year-olds. We purchase them as yearlings. We purchase them as 2-year-olds. Uh, this is where I feel I need to come in as an overview, because some of the trainers, they have so many horses, especially when you put them with trainers. Literally, sometimes we're going with the wrong trainer. They have a lot of horses. They're like claiming trainers, which I personally, they don't belong there. And so we have to change kind of route. They need to go, with the right trainers, obviously, with the 2-year-old. That's where I come in. And when I send a horse to a trainer, I know what I'm sending. If it's an early type of horse, medium type of horse, late type of horse, and
Well, let me ask you, when you get a horse, you look at it, you kind of judge a little bit, and then do you pick, this horse is going to be good with this trainer over here, or this one's going to work for this trainer over here?
yeah, I like to feel that I'm doing that kind of a job, to be honest with you. But I think there's a big gap here where there's all the 2-year-old races are won by the top trainers. First of all, they got the ammunition. Second of all, it's their system to go. This is to develop young horses, But when you go in with trainers that they have 3 horses or 4 2-year-olds, you got no shot. You can't, before you even start, you have no chance. They have no company. They don't have time for them.
The change in the condition book, I think, was good in that respect, though. The restricted races now, that restricted to an auction price, a certain price or less. I think particularly up here,
the median auctions.
Yeah,
that's
50,000. You're not going to wind up against a $2 million horse. So I think
these are very good.
Yeah,
very, very good. So, but they're in good spots. The horses we have, the 2-year-olds, although we're happy where we are. We're just trying to expand to get involved at the sales with the better quality horses,
Michael, as I said, you have just over the next few days horses up here, horses at Monmouth, horses at Woodbine, some Gulfstream runners. And I think for partners, that's nice because you can get partners from around the country and they can go to their local track and see some Sport of Kings horses running.
Yeah, absolutely. And we do that for the owners. We have some owners out in California that will cater to them so they can, see their horse run at Del Mar. Same thing in the Midwest. We're all throughout Indiana and Kentucky. And, that's part of being a partner. You have a big say in, we try and run near you, as well as we also get partners, they name the horses. So they become like real, part of the family. So, yes, we're real excited about some of the runners we do have coming up.
Yeah, let's talk about some of the horses. I believe today, in the third, you have Uncle Jim, right? And we're going to take a look at a stretch run here, back Belmont at Aqueduct of Uncle Jim. So that's race number 3 this afternoon. Any thoughts on Uncle Jim?
Nice horse, hard knocking horse, should be close to the pace and, should hopefully, get the win today. Look, a very good spot. So I was happy to see that.
And again, that's coming up today in race number 3. Wanted to mention one down at Gulfstream. You have a horse called Oshala down there coming off a win. And so Oshala, again, that's today down at Gulfstream. So that's one to take a look at as well. Possible Monte. And this is Oshala in the win prior. So again, that's a Gulfstream winner for this afternoon. Any thoughts there?
For sure. Oshala's quite a story. A $1,500 purchase.
Oh, wow. Nice.
In Kentucky. Has won 3 or 4 races now. So we figured it was worth a shot to, give her a roll.
This is a nice closing kick.
In this allowance race. She got a lot of kick, a lot of late kick. And, this is a heck of a story. You don't have the time for it, but we were fortunate enough to get involved with this horse, Oshala. We also, at the same time, got involved with a horse that's going to run next Saturday called Fantastic Flame. Another great story, a $1,500 guy in Keeneland purchase.
Those are the best stories.
Yeah, so we're we're real excited about Oshala today, and we expect Fantastic Flame to come up here and look out on Saturday. Next Saturday up here. Yes.
All right, fantastic. Saturday. Well, I'm right.
Write that down.
And I also wanted to touch on, Possible Monte goes up at Woodbine tomorrow. And that looked like an interesting runner as well. So, and that's a Marty Drexler run.
Well, you know, Marty Drexler is a Peter specialist, and you know, Muhammad's advice. That's what we decided to do. We took, we shipped up to Woodbine, and you know, we expect a W tomorrow. To be honest with you, the horse is training really well, and Marty loves the horse. So you know, hey, we're gonna see how that turns out for us.
And we talked about horses you like to have in a partnership, the ones that cash the checks, but on the high end too. Bob, I'll let you all kind of address it, because one of my favorite horses. I said. Maria, I had talked to her as part of your group, and I when we talked about being on and some of the horses, I mentioned Coppola, and I said I've been on board, and then 4th of July weekend, I'm up here, I'm doing everything, so I'm not watching out of town. We're going to see the stretch run here. It's the Garrett Handicap out at Horseshoe Indy on the holiday weekend. Coppola gets it done. Bob, just talk about this. This is a really nice runner trained by Dale Romans.
Yeah, Coppola is a phenomenal sprinter. As you can well see, given on a dry surface, this horse is just a phenomenal runner. Massive in chest and in stride. You know, he digs deep in the turf. So on a dry track, he tends to glide over it, and that speed just works wonders. And we have great expectations. We're gonna keep the horse wherever we can keep it dry. So we need Mother Nature to cooperate with us. You know, plans are we'll probably move Coppola out to California, where the weather will be more of a deciding factor for us. Sure. So these are the kind of decisions that Michael and Muhammad make, knowing how a horse will run. Particularly, like we had mentioned yesterday, such a strong horse. His stride is so powerful that he digs deep. So anytime there's a little moisture on the track, there's a condition that makes that track a little bit soft, he works twice as hard as any other horse. So giving him a better conditioned track, more favorable weather conditions, this horse has unlimited potential.
Yeah, as I say, I like when turf sprints started. I say this a lot. When they started, I was a little leery, but as now we have a record to go by. I like the turf sprints. I think turf sprinters at the stakes level are kind of specialists, and he fits that bill. And Muhammad, I'll ask you, because again, watching some of the podcasts that you guys were on, it was interesting. You were over in Europe, and again, won that Group 1 early on in the career. Buck Remote had a great career over there. Then you came over to the United States. You had an interesting take on. It seems like when you got over here, as compared to training in Europe, you have a real appreciation for dirt racing.
It took me a while actually to adapt to it. It took me into my second year to see consistency in the horses and on the dirt.
Yeah.
It's totally different, totally different. And for me, to judge a trainer is by his consistency. That's it. Whether he's good horse, with his good horses especially.
Yeah.
But it took me 2 years. And I had all the help around me, and the best help: grooms, riders, vet, horsemen. But after that, we got the hang of it, and we did real good. And then at the year 2000, I stopped training. It was only like an 8-year career. I became the racing manager for Buck Remote, and I had the pleasure to work with. We spread it like 60 horses, 10 here, 8 there. The trainers were Billy Mott, Nick Zito, Rick Dutchrow, Carl Navzer, Patrick Biancone, Todd Fletcher, some of the top names, and I had the pleasure of working with all of them.
And now nice. Racing manager for Sport of Kings. And Michael, give us a little info. I think we have the web address that the guys can display, and I'm guessing that's a good way to get in touch with you guys and offer up some opportunities to participate.
Yeah, SOKRacing.com is where you can find us. We have a drop-down menu on the right-hand side that will, give you all of our upcoming races, all of our available horses, tell you a little bit more about the company, how to get involved. We're real excited about Saratoga. We expect to win a lot of races up here, and looking forward to a great summer.
Yeah, again, I went to the website yesterday, and all the entries, all the results, and you can follow along and info on participating and at the various levels as well. And again, Bob, just fill in the various options or opportunities folks might have if they're interested.
Right. So we have pin hooking we do that as a group. We'll come together with a fund of money, and Muhammad and Michael, and we invite our partners to join us at the sales to actually have hands-on experience helping us, or at least being witness as to our process at the sales. We also offer our stable offerings, and like I said, you can go through our stable. If you like a particular colt filly or gelding, let us know. We can give you more information on that horse. We always encourage people to ask questions, make inquiries. We love when people are educated. Those are our best partners. But of course, if you're new to the game, we're there to assist and answer any questions.
Very good.
And of course, we also offer claiming pools. So if you like the action, and I know the audience likes the action, you can come in with us and we come together, put together a pool, go out there and look for some exceptional horses. And we love the feedback of our partners in that regard, because our eyes and ears can't be everywhere.
Yeah.
So we do enjoy when we have a partner who's educated and says, hey guys, I really love this horse. What do you think about claiming it? And we're open to suggestions. We're open to working with our partners. And that kind of what makes us a boutique partnership. Our partners have a voice, and we'd love to hear that voice.
SOKRacing.com for more information. Again, from the far end, Bob Berenson, Muhammad Mubarak, and Michael Karras from the Sport of Kings Racing Partnership. Got Nick Zito coming up. You have some horses with Nick?
Yes, we do. We have a couple of 2-year-olds with him that he's very happy with at the moment.
Everybody likes the 2-year, particularly up here at Saratoga. So, and again, you have a whole slew that yesterday and through the weekend, not just here, but across the country. So we wish you a lot of good luck going forward. Happy to have you on this morning, and looking forward to maybe stepping in, taking a picture of you guys in the winner's circle before the meeting.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Sport of Kings Racing Partnership. All right, we'll take a break. When we come back, it is Nick Zito. Stay tuned.
Come on.
I want sales reports on my desk by Monday.
Oops. My bad.
Love racing? RTN brings you every live simulcast on your home television, plus live video streaming and race replays on your PC and mobile devices. To order, visit rtn.tv. RTN, a breed apart.
Sometimes it pays to go with the flow, to check your worries at the door, to reconnect with your crew, to follow the thrills and the flavor, to roll with it and see where it takes you, to enjoy every minute to its fullest, and to dance like there's no tomorrow. You can do that here at Rivers Casino and Resort Schenectady, where the good times flow.
Welcome back to Racing Across America. As promised before the break, it's our friend Nick Zito in. Nick, good morning.
Good morning, you, Seth. How you doing, my friend?
Very good. Happy to have you on board and talk a little. You got one coming up later today. We'll hit on that and more. But one of the things I wanted to ask you, I was look up some bio info and courses that are in and out for trainers. And I probably have asked you this before, but I'll hit you again. You were a New York City kid. How'd you wind up on the racetrack and being a trainer?
Well, it's interesting because my father took me to the racetrack many, many moons ago. And in those days, the Pinkertons, you had to be accompanied, you had to go with your father or mother. And there was a fellow named Tommy Ryan. I knew there were Pinkertons then. They weren't security guards or, whatever they call them today. And got to know them. And he would stay with Tommy. And I hang around with him and just, and I got older. It just stayed in my blood. Then I was 12 years old. I remember jumping the fence at Aqueduct, jumping the fence and then jumping the fence. There was a crowd. I went upstairs because then there were crowds. I don't know if the folks know, but many moons ago, that was like the number one sport.
Oh, yeah.
Racing.
Yeah.
It was a big, big thing. And, it's got my blood, and everything. And before you know it, there's a fella in the neighborhood. He had one horse, and I went to see a thoroughbred. I went to see it, and he just started to get in my blood. And so finally, I didn't know what I was going to do. So he taught me how to walk horses. So I got a job, believe it or not, at Aqueduct as a hot walker with Buddy Jacobson, which was David Jacobson's dad. And his uncle at the time was Hirsch Jacobs. That was his uncle. A lot of people didn't know that. And Buddy taught me, walking horses too. And got my blood. And what happened was he wanted me to go in those days to Suffolk Downs. And I was supposed to get on a van and go to Suffolk Downs to run horses. I don't know. And I said, no, I didn't want to do that. So I got away from that. And he, whatever it was. So I got away from that. And I came back. And who's in the barn? A fellow by the name of Woods Garth, Jay Woods Garth. So he said, would you like to go to, it was from Virginia, but would you like to go to Kentucky? I said, sure. I ran home, told my mother and father. I jumped on the van. It's in the late 60s. And I go there, and I see these. First, I go through Pennsylvania, see everything mounted. I wasn't out of New York. I wasn't out of New Jersey. I think it was the farthest we went. So now I'm driving on the van, and great experience. And I get to Kentucky. All you seen was whatever, There was a post office there in Lexington. I'm going way back. Wasn't much there, and I was walking around the farms and everything. And then when I got there, it was funny. Sil Beach, John Beach's dad had a horse on a van with us for George D. Widener. So we had a filly called Summer Scandal. But anyway, when I got off, I never heard went to the racetrack. There was no announcer.
Oh, okay.
No announcer at Keeneland.
Really?
None.
Until recently, Keeneland.
Not too far. 20 years ago, whatever. Yeah. But anyway, no announcer, and that was amazing. Went to the library, the Keeneland Library. Went around, saw Calumet Farm, not too far. Walked around because I was a kid, young guy. Got my blood. We won the prep. My picture, believe it or not, of Summer Scandal was in the Keeneland Library for years. Mr. Greeley had it. I guess you could still dig it up. I'm a hot walker there. And then we lost the spinster to open fire. Remember, I'm a New York kid. Not many guys did this from New York. Nobody did this. So anyway, he said, we're going to go to Middleburg, Virginia. So I went there, and that was like, in those days, like, forget it. I mean, the war was on. It's a long story. I was going in the Army, and I had an injury, so I got lucky. And it was no good for me. So anyway, I went back. I'm telling the story now. I might as well keep going. I can go all day long. Like Mad Dog. What does Mad Dog say? A gift to gab? I can go all day long. So anyway, so now we go back, Middleburg, and I go back to the city, and this goes on. The disco thing is going on. So I'm not working. I'm not in the Army. I'm not anywhere. And my friends are getting in trouble. My mother's getting mad. This, that. So I went back to the racetrack.
Well, and I brought up, as I say, you're a New York City guy. You think city guys, how do you get involved in the race?
Yeah.
But like Migliori, the same story with him. And,
yeah.
New York City guys turn out doing
Bobby
very
Frankel?
well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pulled up, I got a graphic here. You were talking about you've been in the game a while, but now 21st Century, you're doing a podcast with Kaylee Shapiro.
Yeah, I love it.
Right or Wrong,
yes,
the podcast. And the other day, I saw you both of you in the winter circle or in the paddock yesterday, and I said the little cart trip you took was very good. I pulled up a little bit of video of that. It was just you in the cart with Kaylee, and you're kind of going around and reminiscing a little bit and pointing out some kind of landmarks, so to speak, on the racetrack. And as I say, I would highly recommend people go and visit. But reminisce a little bit about Saratoga and your relationship to this racetrack.
Well, this is, Mad Dog. I'm friendly with Chris Russo.
Yeah,
we're good friends. And Mike Francesa and Mad Dog, they were on for years and made quite a name for himself.
Oh, you had the Mary Lou.
Yeah. I always thank Dave O'Rourke. He put that in.
Yeah.
I thank him for that. Anyway, this is probably, and I'll steal a line. This is the Wrigley Field of racetracks.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Saratoga is the Wrigley Field of racetracks. And there's nothing like it. It's a broken record now. Thank you for having me on. Thank you for doing that, Seth. I appreciate our friendship for a long, long time. You're a class guy. But I think that, and I'm going to, be honest, before on is humility, but I'm so proud of, we took the initiative of saying you could not get enough of a good thing, which was Saratoga. Now watch this. Mac Miller and P.G. Johnson were good friends of mine. However, they picked up the paper one day and they said, "What are you doing?" Tim Wilkin and Matt Graves, Matt Graves said, "Nick Zito said you can't get enough of a good thing." We were 4 weeks.
Yeah.
I said, "I don't understand it." I went to 5 weeks, 6 weeks, 7 weeks, 8 weeks, and now we're here forever.
Yeah, you're working the crystal ball there.
Now we're working. Now we're here forever.
You said that on that podcast, and I was laughing because you were working the crystal ball.
Yes, I was. And if you look at it now, not only was it plausible, like Mr. Conjurmate, rest in peace, used to say, has the added advantage of being true. So I'm very happy for the success of Saratoga. I feel that we're part of it. We helped it. And I'm grateful to have that on my resume. And the good thing about it is, when you pass, you're supposed to leave things. Most people, when I go to town, when I go anywhere, they say, "Hey, you were the guy that preached the gospel of Saratoga." I used to call it the last remaining truth in racing.
That's good. But you were saying that on the podcast, and I thought, he nailed it because you were there. You were on board before most everybody else.
Right.
Got to wrap up because we have Rudy in the green room. But before we do, I pulled up the 2008 Whitney because right up the street, Cabin Creek, old friends at Cabin Creek, commentator was there for years, and commentator just passed away recently, and a lot of people noted that because he was something special, just on the New York scene in general, but up here at Saratoga, 2008 Whitney commentator. Just reminisce a little bit about the career of commentating.
Oh, it's just a special horse. Sometimes you don't even have to speak that much about a horse. He's one of them. I think he was 14 for 24 in his career. He won 2 Whitneys. 2008, 2000. What was it? 2005 and 2008.
Yeah.
And
separated like that.
Yeah, he separated.
Accomplishment in itself.
It comes from himself. Then at 8, whatever it was, he almost won a third one. Finished third. But there's 2 horses, Seth, in history that won 2 Whitney. You know what they are?
I don't.
I believe Kelso is one,
Oh.
and Discovery is the other one.
Oh.
So
That's pretty good company.
and if Commentator would have won a third one, he'd have marched into the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
It's sad he passed away. And unfortunately, Tuesday we have our good friend Chuck Simon we're celebrating. And I believe the Old Friends is having something on Tuesday.
Oh, okay.
You know, and I want to thank Old Friends, Michael Blum and Blowen and all his people, and Joanne Pepper. And I also want to thank my good friend. I love the guy. He's got the Ann's Saratoga Inn. You know, George Washington Inn, whatever it is. Yeah. That guy's a Joe. What a classy guy he is. He did that every year for them. Yeah. So those people should be recognized.
Oh,
Commentator is special horse.
Yeah.
Special horse. And for the fans out there, I don't think first time out, I believe he won by a pole. If you dig it up, I don't know if you could dig it up. He won by a pole. And I can't believe in these days he would pay like, what's say I think what he paid? I think he paid like $15 or $16 or something like that. And he was an international tip, if you can believe it. If you can believe it.
Yeah, the Maiden Breaker up here at Saratoga, 2004.
What does it say?
I don't have the chart though.
But he won by a pole.
And went on to win the first 5 starts of the career.
Yeah, but he was he was. Usually you get trainers or owners, trainers have a tip. It doesn't pay that much.
Yeah.
It won't pay that much today. That's for sure.
And he was in New York bred, he was.
But thank you so much for recognizing him. Thank you so much.
No, but with the passing recently, he was in social media and whatnot. We got to get you back on because it was an abbreviated visit today, but we got to get you plugged in again because I want to talk to some Derby and the Sport of Kings guys. Say you have some 2-year-olds you're high on.
Right. They will do that again.
So we'll
thank you so much.
But we appreciate it, Nick. And good luck. You have one in today. Let me. I will talk about that one because I pulled up a replay. We're going to look. It was fun. We were down at Gulfstream Florida Derby Day.
I saw you that day. Yeah.
And you had a win on Florida Derby Day with Uncle Charlie's Gift, the number 2 horse here.
Yes.
Florida. So it's fun to see you get the win on Florida Derby Day, and I congratulate you because, again, we were down there with OTB TV on the road. But subsequently, another win for Uncle Charlie after this, and Uncle Charlie comes back today in race number 10. What are your thoughts this afternoon?
It's a very tough race, but I'm glad he's in the race because he's still eligible for a starter handicap race. So that would be great. He's doing well. He's doing well. He's just a wonderful horse. He come around the right time, and he's by the great Uncle Mo.
And then when you sat down, I said to you, I had an Uncle Charlie. So I'm not big on hunch bets, but I like my Uncle Charlie. So
thank you.
I'm gonna play around today a little bit. Nick, appreciate it.
Always a pleasure, sir. Thank you, sir.
All right, we'll take a break. When we come back, Rudy Rodriguez in the green room. We'll talk some of his upcoming races and nice winner yesterday on opening day. Always good to start out with a win on the first day. All of that when we come back. Stay tuned.
Want to get your career in horse racing off to a fast start? Well, the University of Arizona's Racetrack Industry Program is your winning ticket. The Racetrack Industry Program has served as a springboard to some of the industry's most successful individuals, with a proven track record of job placement right out of college. If you want to earn a degree in the exciting horse racing industry, the Racetrack Industry Program can put you in the winner's circle.
You like free money? Well, Capital OTB gives its players plenty of opportunities to cash in. At Capital OTB, there are so many ways for horse players to receive bonus dollars by simply participating in promotions such as our bankrolls, bounty bets, online handicapping contests, and much, much more. Plus, with Capital OTB's Player Rewards program, you get actual cash back. So what are you waiting for? Log on today at CapitalOTB.com or CapitalOTBBet.com and claim your free money.
Haven't signed up for a Capital OTB account yet? Now's the time to take advantage of the sign-up bonus. Open up a new account with $200 or more, bet $400 by the end of the month, and receive a bonus $200 into your account. Plus, you can take advantage of everything an OTB account has to offer. Wagering from any device, live streaming, racing info, past performances, online promotions, and more. Sign up today and take advantage of the new account bonus. Details at CapitalOTB.com. Welcome back to Racing Across America on this Saturday morning, as promised before the break. Joined now by Rudy Rodriguez. Always a fun guest to have on. Rudy, good morning.
Good morning, sir. Thank you so much for having me. It's an honor to be here for sure.
I'm happy to have you. It's always fun to see you when you get a win in the winner's circle, and Maggie or Acacia get you always very lively. And then last night, as I typically do with the guests, I do a little background information and whatnot. And there's a nice video on YouTube of you and your brother. That was a fun interview.
They did a great interview with me and my brother, and another brother from Chicago. Now he works in the gate over there in Chicago, but he's we, like I said, we're very competitive, and we just need opportunity for sure.
And I was a little surprised. I don't know if I knew this about you, but you had a family of 10. Yeah, you had.
We are 10 boys and 5 girls.
Oh, it said 10 boys.
10 boys and 5 girls.
Oh, God bless your mother.
Yeah.
Yikes. Wow. That's great. And, Nick said, asked you about the beginning of your career. And I had that in the notes. Notes said you started out in Mexico with quarter horses.
No, really, we was in the Mexico. It was just like you go to the next ranch and they run 200 yards, 100 yards, 50 yards for a soda. But it was fun, I really enjoyed my livelihood, and believe me, if I need to do that again, I will do everything the same way. I don't change anything.
And for folks who don't remember, because obviously we get people who are younger or people who are new to the game tuning in to us during the Saratoga meet. You were a jockey for a long time.
I was a jockey for a few years. He don't pan out to be that good. I don't got the opportunities, and you don't got the opportunity because you're not good enough. So you got to give it to that. But I try very hard, and I give myself a pat in the back everything I did, because to come where I come from and come to United States with no kind of language, no nothing, everything is new for you. I'm very, very blessed.
So give me your progression from growing up. Were you a jockey and then came to the United States, and how did you wind up in New York?
We was working in the farm, milking cows, cleaning pigs, and working in the infields with the corn and potatoes, beans, pretty much everything. When we was growing up, me and my brother do the same thing. My brother Gustavo, he come before me, 1 year before me, and pretty much we start following each other. Couple of the older brothers come back before us, and we just kind of follow the steps. I guess when the wings start growing, then you gotta make your own way up, and that's what we did.
So where did you start riding?
I started riding in New York.
Okay.
Believe it or not, when I was here, I went to Texas and then to Florida, in a little town called Wachula, picking orange, tomatoes, peppers, strawberries. I did that for the whole season, and then I went to Wall Street.
Interesting. So now on the training side of things, let's pull up. It's got to be nice to start out Saratoga day number 1 with a win, and we're going to take a look yesterday at Book of Wisdom. Flavian Prat on board. Just give us some thoughts on the victory yesterday. And as I say, it's got to be nice to kick off the meet with a victory.
Oh, definitely. Believe it or not, I thought this filly, he got a great chance to win. Especially with Fabian, this filly looked like she tends to hang most of the time, and you got to time it perfect. And I tell Fabian, you just got a little bit move, use as best way you can, and he don't make too many mistakes for sure. He's a great jockey, and you can see the filly looked like she wanted to hang a little bit, but a couple of my owners, they hang around in the barn with me. We got 6 horses that day, and they asked me what horse you like. I think my best chance is Book of Wisdom. And thank God I was right by that.
Nice. And again, being a former, you still get up on the horses?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I thought, because I've seen the pictures of you in the gear. So being a former jockey, as a trainer now, trainers seem to have different philosophies. A lot of them will give a lot of instructions. A lot of them just say, no predicting what happens when the gate opens, so I trust my jockey. what is your philosophy in the paddock? What are you telling the jockeys typically?
To tell you the truth, I don't try to tell him much.
Okay.
I just tell him that if the horse, I get up in the horse and the horse is a little tough, I tell him, listen, the horse is tough, but you ain't tough. So good luck.
Yeah.
If the horse got bad habits, I say you stay with the pony because he can wheel or he can want to drop you off. But pretty much, I try to let them stay in their own way because it's so difficult to be a jockey. And at the same time, it's very, very hard to please everybody. And at the same time, you got to be careful with your life because the split second you can go down, the horse can flip in the gate. And if you break good and everything pan the way the trainer goes, the jockey's going to look good. But you got to just enjoy the ride and hopefully everything goes good.
Yeah,
and everybody comes safe.
Be ready for Plan B
Yeah,
because Plan A doesn't always happen.
You just say the perfect word because Plan A is very, very difficult in horse racing to accumulate because anything can happen.
Yeah,
and everybody's ready to win.
Talked about coming to New York, and you work for looking at the bio information, which I knew that everybody used to work with Rick Dutrow, but you also work with Bobby Frankel. I'm assuming that was when Frankel was still a New York guy.
Yeah, I started working for Mr. Dutrow Sr. That's where I met Rick, and Mr. Dutrow gave me the opportunity to start learning to gallop because I don't know how to gallop. I was walking horses and running horses, so he started giving me the opportunity. Mr. Dutrow, I work hard. I stay all day in the barn and try to learn, and I guess he liked what he saw in me. I always was there for him to anything he needed. I was there. And then when Rick went his own, I went for Rick, and I worked for Rick for a long time. And at the same time, when I was working for Rick, I was riding a little bit, and I was working for Bobby. Great guy to learn from. I just work in the summer with him, and I don't work full time. I work couple horses that he want me to get on. He said, Rudy, I got a couple horses to you get up. And he paid me, believe it or not, he paid me the same way Rick was paying me. Nice. He really treated me very great.
Everybody says he was it.
He was a very laid back guy, and he treated me great. I was galloping one of the best horses that he got. And I think I did a good job because he kept me there for a long time.
And as a jockey, I had my notes here. You had a grade 1 in the 2008 Suburban on Frost Giants, so that's nice. And
that was by
all comes around with your brother winning the Suburban the other day with Phileas. I got to get him in here. And your brother for a while was your assistant, right?
Yeah, he was an assistant for like 5, 6 years, 7 years. We were together. But I think he did the right thing. He did the right thing. He was an assistant for Mr. Dutrow way before me, so he's been in the game longer than I do. But he always tell me I was riding a lot of big horses when I was a jockey. He said, man, you're going to kill yourself. You better stop. And we decided, and he was working for Rick, and I got my 8, 6, or 7 horses. And when the money started growing, then he moved over. So it was good to be working together with him, and we still got a great relationship. So.
Is there a little friendly rivalry when you're in the same race?
Not really. No. I don't look at it that way. I wish him the best. And if I don't win, I hope he winning. And I think he wins the same way to me. So we're just happy to be here and trying to do the work that we love. And I just try to be in the barn as much as I can and just trying to do the right thing by the horses. That's about it.
I want to pull up a win from, speaking of stakes wins, a stakes win from Belmont Stakes weekend here. And speaking of commentator, it was the commentator stakes. Bank Frenzy, the victor in this one. I saw Bank Frenzy just worked the other day. He won the Evan Shipman here last August. Given all of that, I'm assuming we'll see Bank Frenzy back up here at the meet.
It's not much to run him, but I think we're gonna try to run him in the 7As coming up for the New York race.
Okay.
I'm very, very pleased and very humble to Mr. Larry and Randy give us the opportunity to train this special horse.
Yeah, he's a nice horse.
He's definitely the bread and butter for the whole barn. All our team love him. He just an amazing horse. He's a little crooked in the morning. He wants to do a lot of things that you don't want it, but in the afternoon, look like he do the right thing for everybody. So, when we got it from Lisa Luis, we just enjoying the ride and trying to don't mess his way up.
Yeah.
But he's a very honest horse. He tried hard.
And as they say, a win up here at Saratoga is nice. First day is nice, but a big, the Belmont Stakes meet to get the win up here in a little stakes race, and Bank Frenzy is a nice one. Speaking of, he's a New York bred, correct?
He's a New York bred, yes.
And the New York bred program has really come full.
Very, very.
in
For the last 5-6
Yeah.
years, if you want a horse, I think you would like to have a New York bred for sure.
Yeah.
The program the New York does is unbelievable.
Yeah.
I guess that's why I don't like to go nowhere else. I want to stay home, and I consider myself home because I got 3 kids, and I'm here all alone since they are. My oldest son is Rudy. He's an agent for Romero Maraj, and he's struggling right
really?
now, but he's doing great.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah, because you are a New York fixture all year long. You looking forward to the new Belmont?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. I live 2 minutes away from there.
There you go.
We always look forward to see new place. It looks beautiful. Hopefully, we get the enough horses to get one of the best tracks in the world.
And I'm assuming you probably have horses go back and forth all summer long.
But yeah, right now that's what we do, and we run all the 6 horses that we run on Wednesday, on Thursday. We ship them back yesterday. We bring them for today. I'm trying to rotate them. I try to rent some stones over here in the harness, but I was in 2 places in one, and I find myself a lot of more easy shipping the horses there, fresh them up, jag them there for a couple of days, and then bring them back and try to. It's difficult to get the owners happy, but I'm trying to make the horses happy.
Yeah.
And I think that's my job.
Yeah, that is your job.
The owners, they can be happy once in a while when they hear it. They can go and have a drink with me later on.
So where are you located?
I'm on Van 34 and 36 and 37. It's a little corner right beside, right by the Oklahoma track, right behind the gate.
Okay.
It's a great spot.
Yeah.
When I moved there, I thought it was gonna be a little disturbing for the horses, but like anything else, horses are used to everything, and I love the spot. I've been there for the last 5 years, and I love it.
When was your first time up here? I'm assuming you were a rider your first time up here.
No, yeah, I was a rider for a long time. Maybe in 2000, I come back with Mr. Richard Dutro. He was riding right by Chad Brown. We was walking horses in the mob, the boots. You leave the boots behind because now at least they got the wood chips on. It's unbelievable how things are changing.
Yeah. There's no question about it.
But it's great to be here for sure.
Yeah. You have some coming up over the next couple of days. Jerry's out in a claiming event, Magical Ways. Couture was an MTO, correct? So
I hope they are still looking at the grass. And
are the MTOs still in at this point?
The state race is still on.
Okay.
The state race
is still on, but they haven't taken the MTO.
They don't take the MTO, so.
Okay.
So I think they're still checking. So, but I'm looking forward to they take it off.
Yeah. Well, as I say, with an MTO, I don't blame. Maiden special weight tomorrow, Bossy Dish, and a Professor Grace a little bit later on. So. You said somebody asked you who you liked yesterday, and you gave out who do you like over the next couple of days? Anything stand out?
Jerry Sao looked like he's coming into the race. I think it's one of the horses there. I wish it was a Maya, but the 7/8, we got little issues with the fee a little bit. So, look like he's set to run. So we're gonna find out. To run him in Malinaye is kind of hard for him right now, coming up from almost 10 weeks off. But look like he's training good. He got a solid work the other day over here, so I think he's ready to run. And Bossy Ditch, I just gonna try to give him a race.
Okay.
She was supposed to run in Belmont, but she was in the quarantine barn with George Weaver, so we missed the 40,000 race. This horse I have to run it because the HISA rules. If I'm not running this week, I have to make an appointment to Brisbane, and it's gonna take me another 3 weeks. Hopefully this race make it work out because I think a race coming up like in 3 weeks, 40,000 Clement. That's what I think she's gonna do better. And Professor Grace, I think she's got a great chance in there. She's one of the horses to be.
All right, Rudy, we appreciate it. Got to wrap it up so we can get to talking horses. But again, you have Jerry's out in the third, so we'll send you over as well. But we appreciate the visit. It's always, as they say, fun to see you get interviewed in the winner's circle. Great personality, and you're one of the New York fixtures we can always root for. So we appreciate the stop by this morning, and good luck going forward.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. And anytime you need me, I'm here.
All right, early in the meet, we'll maybe plug in a little bit later as well.
Hopefully we're doing better.
Always a lot of fun. Rudy Rodriguez. All right, we'll wrap it up because, again, we want to get to the pregame show over on the front side on this Saturday. So I'm going to wrap it up. But, of course, back tomorrow, 9 a.m. handicappers aboard, 10 a.m. It's Loose on the Lead with Steve Bick. We'll see you then.
You've been watching Racing Across America. Racing Across America has been brought to you by Pinnell's Restaurant, a Saratoga tradition since 1922. 284 Jefferson Street, Saratoga, just minutes from the track. And the Clubhouse Racebook, 711 Central Avenue, Albany. When you can't make it to the track, make it to the Clubhouse Racebook.
Yesterday, I asked, why did Obliteration not take much money? He was 10-1 in that debut. He said, Maggie, you never see me run first-time starters, my young horses, in blink.